Hope and pray that everyone must have a wonderful journey at the Setu Bandh and the Yasoda Kund. Wonderful places, nice scenery around, and very pleasant weather also during this time in Vrindavan. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari, I.V. Gautam, Ravi Pipilia, Sneha Mataji, Govinda Gita Mataji, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Sika and Pankaj Gupta, Sistastika Devi Dasi, Parmeshwari Devi Dasi, Amol and Smita Pandit, Sitala Priya Devi Dasi, and Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu, Parmanand Hari Prabhu, Nandan Priya Mataji, Sugandh Raj Prabhu, Aradhana Mataji, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Patit Pavan Prabhu, Girivardhari Prabhu. I don't know Shriya Devi Dasi joined or not. Haribol. Nadia Kumar Prabhu, Hanuman Prabhu, Prathmesh Prabhu, Neeraj and Silpi Srivastav, Shripad Lalita Devi Dasi, Akshata Devi, Janki Khan Prabhu, Labanka Latika Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Ganga Devi Dasi, Pandurang Devdas, Damodarati Mataji, Saraswati Devi Dasi, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Sumitra Mataji didn't join Haribol. Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devi Dasi, Vraj Vinod Prabhu, Anand Vinodini Devi Dasi, Priyanka Mataji, Madhvi Mataji, Mahesh and Subhasini didn't join for a couple of days. Rico Ilai Prabhu joined. Shakhi Saran Devi Dasi, Anita Saha, Sri Kumar Prabhu joined early, Sri Kansurvasi, Srinivas Charan Prabhu, Nissan Sharma, Namanan Prabhu, Prem Vinodini Mataji, Abhay Prabhu, Raga Bhakti Mataji, Vijay Keshav Prabhu, Tulsi Priya Mataji, Jai Govind Prabhu, Rajendra Prabhu, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhi Mataji, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Sarva Tarak Prabhu, Amal Nam Prabhu. I didn't see Krita Lakshman today also. Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Karunamai Mataji, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Shukruti Devi Dasi, Kamini Priya Mataji, Sankarsan and Manjari, Sarmeshta Sahi, Kanta Mataji, Vani Prabhu, Raja Ramdas Prabhu, Karunya Murti Devi Dasi, Advait Prabhu, Rajesh and Sweta, Amit and Prem Priya Madma Mataji, Rashmi Mataji, Sesa Kapoor Mataji, Lekha Mataji, Thaneswar Prabhu, Madan Mohan Kandu Prabhu, Rupsi Mataji, Ram Krishna Prabhu and Lata Mataji, Murli Gopal Prabhu didn't join today, Haribol. Arvind and Priyanka Mataji, Sarvasakti Devi Dasi, Samit Prabhu, Lila Manjari Mataji, Shrumanangi Syam Devi Dasi, and Narsimha Lila Chaitanya Prabhu, Nandini Mataji joined today, Balaji Prabhu, and I think those are the devotees who joined today. If I have forgot somebody's name, please forgive me. Let's hear the Damodar Ashtakam.
Rama प्रभु
Pitambar Priya Prabhu has joined also. Welcome, Prabhuji. So before we read the Jaiva Dharma, we would like to offer our humble obeisances at the desk of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, so we can imbibe those instructions and put in our practical life and make tangible progress in our devotional practices. That's the reason we have come to this material world. Actually, this is the place that we can deliver ourselves. And this age, but just dedicating little, we can achieve what in other ages they have to perform so many austerities. So we don't want to miss the opportunity. So we were reading about, the question was, how many kinds of namabhas are there? And we read that there are 4 types of namabhas: Sanket, Parihas, Stoba, and Hela. So Vijay is asking, Gurudev, kindly elaborate upon Sanketa namabhas. Raghunath Das Babaji. At the moment of his death, Ajamil called out for his son named Narayan. Narayan is another name of Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Hence, Ajamil was awarded the result of Sanket, unintentional chanting of Krishna's name. The Muslims use the word haram to describe pork, which is a forbidden food in their religion. It also means something very dirty. This word has 2 syllables, Ha and Rama. Ram is the name of the Lord, hence each time they utter haram, they chant Sanketa Namabhas, which ultimately save them from torture chambers of Yamraj. All scriptures unanimously state that Namabhas chanting awards mukti. The sound vibration and letters in Harinam are inseparably linked with Sri Mukunda. the bestower of mukti. Thus, by the mere utterance of Harinam, the chanter is brought into contact with Sri Mukunda. Mukti through Brahmagyan is obtained after long endeavor, but the same is easily achieved through Namabhas chanting. Vijay, dear Master, we have already read in many places of the scripture that arrogant empirical philosophers seeking mukti, the ignorant people, base, meat-eating, barbarian, mlechas, and atheistic or demoniac-minded persons uninterested in spiritual goals have all attained moksha simply by chanting Sri Krishna Nam in parihas, that is jokingly, the second kind of namabhas. Gurudev, what is the third kind stobha namabhas? Raghunath Das Babaji, when a Vaishnava chants Sri Krishna Nam and another person tries to antagonistically hinder him by disrespectfully mocking him, his mimicry is known as Stobhanamabhas. An example of Stobhanamabhas is when an agnostic person mimics the chanting of a Vaishnava and deride him, saying, "How absurd of you to think that your Hari Kesto will take care of everything." The sound vibration in Harinam possesses such immense potency that even a disrespectful and atheistic person can attain mukti by Stobhanamabhas. Haribol. Vijay, dear Master, what is Helanamabhas? Raghunath Das Babaji, uttering Krishna Nam disdainfully and neglectfully without love and appreciation is called Helanamabhas. The following description is found in the Mahabharat Prabhas Khand. Madhur Maduram Etan Mangalam Mangalam Nam Sakala Nigama Vali Sat Phalam Chit Swarupam Sakrut Api Parigitam Shraddhaya Helayava Bhruguvaranar Matram Trayat Tarayet Krishnanam. The chanting of Harinam is the most beneficial of all spiritual and pious activities. It is more relisable than the sweetest honey. It is the transcendental fruit of all the Shruti scriptures known as Vedas. O best of the Bhargavas, if any person chant Harinam offenselessly even once, be it with Shraddha or even Hela, neglectfully, Harinam immediately offer him liberation. In this sloka, the word Shraddhaya means with love and faith, and Helaya means without love and affection, that is, disrespectfully. The phrase Naramatram Tarayet means that Krishna Nam gives mukti even to Yavanas. Vijay, Gurudev, isn't chanting Helanam an aparadh? Raghunath Das Babaji. When the elements of shrewd cunning and envy entered Helanam chanting, it is Namaprad. But when chanted innocently and without malice, Helanam is Namabhas. Vijaya. Prabhu, by Namabhas chanting, what result are available and what results are unavailable. Raghunath Das Babaji. Namabhas chanting may reward the chanter with bhukti, mukti, and the 8 yoga siddhis. Yet, it cannot offer the ultimate goal of human life, Krishna Prema. When the chanter of Namabhas associates with a Suddha Bhakta and becomes elevated to the level of Madhyama Adhikari Vaishnava, then by Suddha Bhakti and Suddha Nam, he soon attains Krishna Prema. Vijaya. Gurudev, many Vaishnava Abhas have worn the Vaishnava symbols, applied the tilak marks upon their bodies, and have chanted Namabhas for a long time, and yet are still unable to obtain Prem. What is the cause? Raghunath Das Babaji. Certainly the mystery of providence is in the answers. Persons with Bhakti Abhas are certainly eligible and capable of attaining the level of Suddha Bhakti. Unfortunately, they lack the determination of Ananya Bhakti and may misjudge people, taking a charlatan for a sadhu. They associate with this so-called sadhu. Imagine that this is sadhu sangha. Often their sadhu is a mayavadi or even pretender of bhakti. As an effect of this satsang and his concomitant bad instructions, whatever bhakti abhas they possess become dissipated, and they may even become Vaishnava aparadhis. Thus, they block their own devotional progress and may slide down to the offensive pit of monistic Mayavadi thought. Having deviated from the path of Suddha Bhakti, such a person suffers the humiliations of being counted amongst the lowest rank of offenders. Thus, he gradually further distances himself from the ultimate eternal destination. Nevertheless, at the platform of Bhakti Abhas, if the sukruti of the neophyte is strong enough, then it will extricate and protect him from atsatsanga and deliver him to the satsang of your Vaishnavas. Then in Suddha Vaishnava Sangha, he develops all the pure Vaishnava attributes. Vijay. Gurudev, what are the consequences of Namaprad? Raghunath Das Babaji. If the result of the 5 Mahapap are multiplied 1,000,000 times, still they do not match the effect of Namaprad. This should give you an indication of the bad result born from Namaprad. Vijay. Maharaj, the result of Namaprad are certainly as terrible as you describe them. Yet for the Nama Apradi, are there no good result at all from uttering the syllables of Harinam? Raghunath Das Babaji. Harinam rewards the Namapradi by fulfilling his material desire, which initially had motivated him to chant. However, he is never blessed with prem. Furthermore, along with his fulfilled desire, he also has to suffer the consequences of Namaprad, because his chanting was instigated by material duplicity. Nevertheless, occasionally his chanting is free from mundane cunning and caprice. In these moments, his chanting may be evaluated as Sukruti. When this Sukruti matures and accumulates to a substantial amount, he is rewarded with the Sangha of a Vaishnava who is attached to Suddha Harinam. Under this good influence, the Namapradi learns to chant properly and overcome his Namaprad. This methodology has also helped steadfast monist and emancipationist to gradually attain the platform of Suddha Bhakti. Vijay, Master, if one Suddhanam is potent enough to nullify all sins, then why is it necessary to chant incessantly? Raghunath Das Babaji, the heart, consciousness and demeanor of the Nama Aparadhis are always materially contaminated, depriving them of their natural interest in Krishna. They develop distaste for the sadhus, spiritual topics, and eventually anything related with transcendence. Simultaneously, they develop an affinity for asatsanga, misinterpretation of Shastra, and immoral activities. However, non-stop Harinam can progressively turn them away from this impediment on the path of bhakti. Therefore, eventually without the contamination of asatsang, immorality, etc., their chanting will gradually become purified and thus spiritually will grow stronger in their lives. Vijay, Gurudev, these nectarian instructions on Nama Tattva are entering our hearts and inspiring us with an unrelenting zest for chanting Sri Krishna Nam. We have now heard in detail about the Suddhanam, Namabhas, and Namaprad, and will be eternally grateful to you for these nectarian explanations. If there is anything else you would like to tell us in conclusion on this topic of chanting Harinam, we are eager to hear it. Raghunath Das Babaji. Srila Jagadanand Pandit has given us wonderful instruction in his book, Prema Vivarta, that we are reading. If you are joining around 3:20 a.m., we are reading a little bit at a time from this book. This is some incentive to join early. In the 7th chapter, he writes, Asadhu sange bhai Krishna nama nahi hai, namakshara bari bahiraya bate, tabu nam kabhu hai, tabu nai. My dear brothers, a person cannot purely chant Krishna Nam in the company of non-devotees. The sound and the syllables may be uttered, but that is not real chanting. Kabhu nama bhasa haya, sada nama aparad, e sabha janibe bhai, Krishna bhaktir bhad. Chanting in this manner is at best namabhas, because chanting in bad association is always mixed with namaprad. Dear brother, kindly understand, this kind of chanting, namaprad and namabhas, are detrimental to spiritual progress and cannot be considered pure Krishna bhakti. Yadi karibe Krishna nama sadhu sanga kar, bhukti mukti siddhi vancha dure parihar. If you really desire to chant Krishna Nam purely, honestly, seek sadhu sang, the company of the pure devotees of Sri Krishna. Reject all unwanted craving for sense enjoyments, liberation, mystic powers, and other material desire. Dasa aparadha tyaja, mana apaman, anasaktiye visaya bhunja, ara laha Krishna nam. Avoid the 10 nam aparadh. And I was listening the class of my Guru Maharaj, and he was saying that the 10 offenses toward the holy name that we read every morning is not only related to Nam, it's related to all our devotional practices. It's applied. So it's not that we should be careful when we only chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but we should be careful about these offenses in all spiritual services. That was something new to me yesterday. So avoid the 10 namaprad and rise above the dualities of honor and dishonor, and so on. Life in the material world is to be utilized in the service of Sri Krishna. Render service to Sri Krishna without attachment to mundane object and chant Krishna Nam constantly. Krishna Bhaktir Anukula Sab Karaha Svikar. Krishna Bhaktir Pratikola Sab Kara Prahihar. Accept everything favorable for executing Krishna Bhakti as your very life and completely reject anything that is unfavorable for practicing Krishna Bhakti. Jnana Yoga Chesta Chada Ara Karma Sangha Markata Vairagya Tyaja Yate Deharanga. Do not endeavor to attain mundane speculative knowledge, fruitive result, and mystic yoga, siddhis. False renunciation is called Markata Vairagya, monkey renunciation, which simply aims covertly at bodily pleasures and comfort. Krishna Amaya Pale Rakse Jana Sarvakal Atma Nivedan Daine Guchao Janajal. Bear in mind that Sri Krishna always protects and maintains every jiva. With deep humility, submit your life and soul to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, which will free you from unwanted material desire. Sadhu Paba Kasta Bada Jivere Jhaniya Sadhu Bhakta Rupe Krishna Aile Nadia. The omniscient Supreme Lord Sri Krishna knows how rarely the jiva may find actual satsang. So he has come personally as a pure devotee to Nadia. Gorapad Ashraya Karaha Buddhiman Gora Bai Sadhu Guru Keba Achehan. Therefore, all who are endowed with superior intelligence must take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga. Because Sri Gauranga is the perfect sadhu and guru. Vairagi bhai gramya katha na suniye kane, gramya vrutta na kahibe, jabe milebe an. My dear brothers, who are in the renounced order, neither listen to mundane prattles nor participate in such discussions when you meet with them. Swapnena nakara bhai sri sambhasana gruhe sri chadiya bhai asiyacha bana. Do not think of woman, not even in dreams. The vow of your renounced order forbid female association. Always remember, you have renounced wife and home and come to the forest of Vrindavan. to engage wholeheartedly in bhajan. Yadi chaha pranaya rakhite gaurangera shane chota haridasera katha thake yena mane. If you desire to maintain your relationship with Sri Gauranga, then remember constantly Chota Haridas and why he was so strictly ostracized by the Lord himself. Bhaiya na khaibe ara bhala na paribe hridayete Radha Krishna sarvada savibe. Refuse rich palatable food, expensive and fine clothes. Always remain humble and constantly serve the divine couple, Sri Radha and Krishna, in the depth of your heart. Bada Haridasere Nyaya Krishna Nam Balibe Badane Asta Kale Radha Shravibe Kunjabane. Day and night chant Krishna Nam incessantly like Srila Haridas Thakur. In your heart, be absorbed in the Ashtakaliya Lila service of Sri Radha Krishna in the bowers of Vrindavan. Grahastha Vairagi Dunhe Bale Gora Rai Dekha Vai Nama Vina Jena Dina Nahi Jai. The instructions of Sri Gauranga are for the Grahastha as well as for the Vairagi devotees. He said, take great care not to let a moment pass without uttering Krishna Nam. Bahu anga sadhane bhai nahi prayojana Krishna Nama Shraye Shuddha Karaha Jivana. If you want to advance on the path of Suddha Bhakti, not many rules and spiritual practices are necessary. Simply beg for the complete shelter of Krishna Nam and thus purify your heart and consciousness. Baddha jiva kripe kare Krishna haila nam kali jive daya kore Krishna haila Gauradham. Sri Krishna descended to the material universe in the form of Krishna Nam, simply out of compassion for the conditioned jivas. Moreover, not long ago, to display special mercy to the fallen jivas of Kali Yuga, Sri Krishna appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Gauradham Navdvip. Ekanta sarala bhave bhaja gaura jan tabe ta paibe bhai Sri Krishna charan. So my dear brothers, serve the dear associates of Sri Gauranga with sincerity and a zealous heart. This will guarantee that you reach the safe harbor of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Gaura jana sanga kara Gauranga baliya Hare Krishna nama bala nachiya nachiya. Glorify the magnanimity of Sri Chaitanya and glorify his associates. Chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and dance in ecstasy. Achire phaibe bhai nama prema dhana yaha vailate prabhur nade aga mana. Very quickly you will be favored with the most treasured object, Nama Prem. The Supreme Lord appeared in Nadia solely to distribute this priceless treasure freely. Hari Bol. While Vijay and Brajanath were listening to Sri Raghunath Das Babaji Maharaj ecstatically recite Prem Vivarta, deep spiritual feeling stirred up in their hearts. After the recitation, Srila Raghunath Das Babaji Maharaj became silent, almost unconscious for a long period. Slowly he came back to the present with tears streaming down his cheeks. He stretched out his hands and clapping them around the heads of his two disciples, began to sing the following bhajan. Krishna Nama Dhare Katabala. How marvelous and potent is Krishna Nam. Visaya Vasanale Mora Chitta Sada Jwale Ravi Tapta Maru Bhumi Sama Karna Randhra Patha Diya Rudi Maje Pravesiya Barisaye Shuddha Anupama. My heart constantly burns within the flames of material desire, like the sun-scorched sand of the desert. Yet Harina mercifully enters through the gates of my ears and showers cool divine nectar to embalm my heart. Rudaya haita bale, jivara agreta chale, sabda rupe nache anuskana. Kanthe mora bhange swara, ange kampe thara thara, stira haite na pare charana. My heart now sing out of Krishna Nam, and Nam dances on the tip of my tongue with ecstatic sound, echoing all around. My voice is faltering, my body shivers like a leaf. My feet beyond control dance without respite. Chakse dhara dehe garma, pulatita sabacharma, vivarna haila kalevara. Murchita haile mana, pralayera agmana, bhave sarvadeha jara jara. Tears cascade, perspiration fashions pearly drops, and the hair stand erect upon my pale, supine form. Conscious thoughts slip away, and the emotions of bhav plunder my core. Kari eta upadrava, chitte varse sudadrava, more dare premera sagare, kichu na bujite dila, more to batula kaila. Mora chitta vita sabahare. O sacred Nam, you disrupt my life. You fill my heart with manna sweet. You sweep me off my feet and deposit me on the sublime waves of endless prem. I do not understand what is happening to me. I'm confused, mad. My mind is in the well. Lainu asraya jhana ara, hena vyavhara tanra, varnitena pariye sakala. Krishna nam ichha maya, jahe jahe sukhi haya, sai mora sukhera sambala. In this his behavior, whose shelter I have sought, I have no words. How may I describe him? Nam is willful, freer than the wind. Whatever makes him happy, I treasure in my thoughts. Pramera kalika nama adbhuta rasera dham, hena bala karaye prakas. Isat vikasi punaha, dekhaya nija rupa guna, chitta hari laya Krishna vas. O Nam, O blooming flower of Prem, this saturated ambrosial trove, delight me once again with your dynamic force. Display even in droplets your wonder and beauty. Steal away my heart and offer it to Krishna. Purna vikasita hana braje mora jayalana dekhaya mora swarupa vilas. More siddha deha jiya કૃષ્ણ પાસે રાખે ગયા એ દેહેરા કરે સર્વનાશ. May you blossom in full glory and transport me to Braj, lifting up the gossamer curtain upon the stage of eternal time, to open my eyes to the amorous pastime of Radha and Krishna, the couple divine. Oh, give me my spiritual form and keep me next to him. Destroy this despicable tabernacle that is shackling me. Krishna Nama Chintamani Akhila Rasera Khani Nitya Mukta Siddha Rasamaya Namera Balayata Sabhalai Haihata Tabe Mora Sikhare Uday. Glorious, wish-fulfilling gem is Krishna Nam, a boundless cloud of ambrosial rain, eternal, independent and pure. O Lord, cross all obstacles that check me from chanting your nectarian name, so that I may soon welcome the dawn of pristine bliss. The singing continued well into the night until Vijay Kumar and Brajanath realized with a start that the song had stopped. They begged permission to leave Sri Raghunath Das Babaji Maharaj and then set off home, their hearts throbbing with joy. Thus ends the 25th chapter of Jaiva Dharma, entitled Nitya Dharma, Sabandha, Avidai and Prayojana. Part 13, Elucidations of Namabhas, clearing offenses against Harinam. So we have 8 more minutes. So we should go to the chapter 26. Introduction to Rasa Tattva, the principle of spiritual mellow. Very high subject matter. I don't think that we are qualified, but at least we pray at the divine lotus feet of Bhaktivinoda Thakur to allow us to glance it, and it will give us some meditation in the future. So, Introduction to Rasa Tattva, the principle of spiritual malice by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, translated by Sarva Bhavana Prabhu. Note from the Bhaktivinoda Institute. In these introductions to Jaiva Dharma, written on 29th January 1953, Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami wrote the following. According to the line of thought stemming from Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, even if one engage in bhajan but is not highly qualified, it is improper to enter into discussion on ras. Srila Prabhupada has expressed this very clearly in such work as Bhai Sahajya, Prakutta Rasa, Satadusani, and many other essays. Nevertheless, even today, there are many unqualified persons who are given to studying the portions of Jaiva Dharma containing this analysis of ras. According to Srila Prabhupada's understanding, this is detrimental. Being the worthy recipients of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's merciful glance, and being destined with an increasingly intense desire to fulfill his innermost wishes, he has divided the book into 3 sections for his followers. According to his desire, we will not be selling the third volume, Rasa Vichar, to the unqualified public. The first volume will be available for a symbolic price. Since the purpose of the Bhakti Vinod Institute is to preserve and propagate the teaching of Bhakti Vinod Thakur for future generations, we have included the third part of Jaiva Dharma in its entirety, including chapter 26 to 40, detailing Rasa Vichar. Nonetheless, everyone should pay heed to the above words of Srila Keshav Goswami Maharaj in relation to delving into the subject matter above their adhikar, spiritual qualification. Simply wandering the internet and reading anything and everything is unadvisable. Literature that goes into great detail in regard to Rasa Tattva should only be learned from a qualified guru. So I think that we should stop here, and I will check with my mentors that should we continue the Rasa Tattva in this assembly or not. I would like to get their input. I don't want to make any offense or to make mistakes. So I think we will stop here. It has given us some indication that we should get the blessings of the senior Vaishnavas. And I will approach them and I will see if they said yes. Then we will continue. But we have learned a lot. I think Jaiva Dharma has given us so many deep reflection on the holy name. And I think if we will imbibe those instructions in our life, one day we will become qualified to read about the Rasa Tattva. Actually, in this book, it has given all the procedure, how we can find it out, who we are, what is our eternal form, what is our activities, what are our good qualities. Everything is in this chapter, 14th chapter. But we need to become qualified. So we will rest our case here, unless we get the blessings. We will rest the Jaiva Dharma here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you are on mute.
Prabhuji got muted.
Prabhuji, we can't hear you.
How long I have been unmuted?
2 minutes maybe.
Oh, I see. Okay. So what I say was that I will check with my advisors, spiritual mentors, and I will seek their advice that should I be reading to this quorum or I shouldn't at this time, and I will get their blessings. And if they say, yes, you can continue reading on this quorum, then I will continue. If not, then we will take up on the Laghu Bhagavatamrita, written by Raghunath Das Goswami, a wonderful book. I think it will give us many, many deep details that how Krishna deals with his devotees and wonderful pastimes. And then after that, we will be embarking upon reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita, which would be very, very nice to give us the philosophical understanding as well as the interactions with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates and his devotees. So wonderful to read those sessions will really satisfy our mind and heart. So we will stop here. It's 7:15. Krishna made perfect arrangement. So we have the time, half an hour for question, answer, correction, chastisements, or any reflections that you have to share with all of us. So normally I give 20 seconds to see that any volunteers can come up. If not, then I will call upon some devotees and I hope that they will be available to share something to this quorum.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I was hearing the clip which you played in the starting. It's very, very important. The association is emphasized, is very, very important. In chapter 16, Krishna said that if you are not associated with the devotees, that you will develop the demonic qualities. So it's very important that we need to associate with the devotees and to improve the divine qualities, because in Kali Yuga, the human body is provided with divine qualities and demonic qualities.
Yes. Yes, we have to be extremely careful whom we associate. Otherwise, we may feel, that it's okay, but I think it is not okay. We have to be extremely careful whom we spend the time with, where we spend the time, what activity we perform is very, very important. I think I'm realizing more and more as I read and hear more and more throughout the day. So many things. So, yes, we need to stay absorbed. And I think that is the reason I keep on telling all the devotees that please start saving the money. If you cannot donate the money, 50% of the income we should live our life. Save the money so you can retire at 47. That's my calculation. That if you from the day one, we start working and save 50%, you should be easily able to retire at age 47. And according to our salary, we have to adjust our life, not that we will spend lavishly when we don't have that much income. So we have to live according to our means. Yeah, association is very, very important. Always stay with those and share your realization, share your feelings to them and get some input so we don't deviate from our path. That's important. And they are so nice. They will guide us at every moment whenever we ask the questions.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this is Arvind.
Haribol Prabhuji.
This is off the topic, Prabhuji. Yesterday I was there in the Vriksha and I met some Prabhujis. We were just casually talking, and then during one of the conversation, I wanted to ask that, so I'm going to ask you here. Just like when we want to reach a destination, there are many paths to reach the destination. To reach Krishna is chanting and calling the name of the God. That's the only way to reach him? Or is there any other way that you can think, hey, maybe that is one of the path, but there is another path also to reach Lord Krishna?
Well, there are so many paths. But, if you want to go to Florida from Houston, would you drive in east or would you drive in west? There are so many ways there. You can drive on the west, then you can go again in the east. So There are so many ways, but our Acharya has spent so much of their lifetime to study the scriptures and come to the conclusions. It is not that because Hare Krishna or the ISKCON is propagating the holy name, so we are saying this. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is non-different than Krishna. He came, Krishna came 5,000 years ago and spoke Bhagavad Gita. And he ended the Bhagavad Gita by saying, Sarva dharmam parityaja, mam ekam saranam bhaja. Give up all kind of religions and just surrender unto me. Do not worry, do not fear. But when Krishna left this world, he was really meditating that I told them to give up all the religions, surrender to me. But I have not explained to them how to surrender. So that's the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in this world to teach us by the practical example. Krishna himself came as a devotee to teach us how we can attain the love of God. There are so many, karma kanda, jnana kanda, the yogas, Ashtanga yoga, so many practices there, but it won't lead to the Krishna Prem. Ultimately, you have to come to the bhakti marg. You may try different things, but ultimately you have to come back to deliver your soul through the bhakti only. Krishna says openly in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti amam abhijanati. Only through devotion somebody will be able to understand. And we can see simply in this material world, if you show someone like our father and mother, then they will reveal us everything. There is no secret. Without serving, how can we know what our father has in his mind? It's nothing but just dry speculations. Oh, my father wants this. My father like this. But when you show intimately your father will tell you everything. Hey, I don't like this. I like this. So ultimately, and that's why it says people cannot take it on the initial stage because they have been influenced by the different philosophy. They have maybe associated with the different path that also tells, like I was telling you in the Bhagavad Gita, that when Krishna talked about the karma kand, he said this is the best thing. But why he said that? Because people are only up to that level to take it, and he wants to connect it, and slowly he will bring it back to the bhakti. So it says in the Kali Yuga, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalova nasteva gatiranyata. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way to deliver unless we attach to the holy name and the Krishna bhakti. Holy name is the most prominent activity in our bhakti. And our Acharya has given this thing, like this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is in Kali Santarana Upanishad. Mm-hmm. It is written like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And the next verse, it says, Iti Sodasakam Namnam, Kali Kalme Sanasanam, Natara Para Upaya, Sarva Videsu Drishyate. Iti Sodasakam. Soda means in Sanskrit 16. This mantra made out of the 16 syllabus. Kali Kalme Sanasnam. The influence of age of Kali, by chanting this mantra, it can destroy. Then Kali Kalme Sanasnam. Kali Kalme Sanasnatar Para Upaya. There is no other solution than this. Why? Sarva Buddheshu Drishtate. That saintly sages, they'll knows that when the age of Kali will come, how the degraded life would be horrible. So they are the visionary people. So they study all the scriptures and leave us the essence for the age of Kali. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and purified yourself. So what is the influence of the Kali Yuga that can destroy by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? So it says that there is a wonderful verse. Let's see if it comes on my mind. That I can at least know the translation. The translation goes like this, that in age of Kali, our life expectancy is very short. That is the one disqualification of Kali Yuga. In Satyuga, people used to live 100,000 years. Then it became 10,000, 2,000, and now only 100. So that is one thing. Then it says that Manda Sumanda Matayo, Manda Bhagya hi Ubdritaha. That Manda Sumando. Manda means we are lazy. To wake up at a certain time from the bed, we cannot keep our vow because we are lazy. Manda, and on top of that, Sumanda Matayo means we are misguided by different things. We have to be extremely careful whom you associate. The Acharya says that. So, there is nothing wrong with other path. Krishna has given all different, even what to speak of different religion, even Muslims, the Christianity, all this different faith has been given by Krishna himself. Because those people can take up to that level only. And to have the connections with the sons, like father, even though the one son is not educated, he cannot speak in a high language. But who has done PhD, he can talk about the algebra, calculus, and everything. But with the high school student, he cannot say. So that's the reason different path is given. But ultimately, those path is not enough to bring you back to Godhead or to create a love of God. You may practice in this life, evolutions will come, and ultimately you have to come again to take that bhakti process. So Manda Sumanda Matayo, Manda Bhagya, we are also not very lucky. And on top of that, Ubdritaha, always we are worried about something, we are disturbed constantly. So these are the influence of age of Kali. And if we sincerely practice this bhakti process, you can see that all these things will not have any play in your life. Now you try other paths and see that you become free from those influence of Kali Yuga, and you will see that. Everybody has a free will. They can choose whatever they want to do. Nobody can force them. But our Acharya says that once you come to the highest understanding why you want to go through like climbing a 10-story building, why you want to climb when that facility of elevator is available. But it depends. If you don't have the faith, then you do whatever you want to do. Go through that process a long way. Ultimately, you will realize, not in maybe this life. So ultimately, I think I don't want to make it something that, that you cannot take within your heart. Some harsh word about what the scripture says. But one thing is there, that those kind of a talk is nonsense. How can you say that you do whatever you want to do, but you can become a medical doctor? You can say, well, I can do whatever. I can take any subjects and I can become medical doctor. Is it possible in the material world that all the paths lead to one thing? How can we believe those kind of a sentence? If you want to become a medical doctor, you have to follow the process and you have to go to the medical school. If you want to become an engineer, there is a different path. You can't say that one path will take you everywhere. Different path will take you at one place. Impossible. Even in the material world. If you walk in a different directions, right? All the path is same leading to. This is very, very neophyte understanding that all the path leads to the same goal. That's not true. There are so many, it says in this age of Kali, there are so many cheaters are there. And if you want to get cheated, that's your destiny. But there is nothing in the scripture that says that the all path is same. How can we say karma kand is same as the Dhyan Yoga? It's a whole different process. And how can we see that it can derive the same result? Common sense. But people are ignorant and people are misled by these things. And that's why, so many people I have seen that they go to so many different places. They hear different philosophies and they confuse more and more. So we have to be, sincerely seeking from someone that you feel that they look at their life. Look at the life of the person whom you are listening or hear or associates. And that will tell you something if you go in detail. And look at the results. Before Srila Prabhupada came, there is another personality also tried to come to Western world. Nothing was moving. When Prabhupada came, then all other sect of Hindu, they came and now flourishing even because of the influence of age of Kali. Before that, nobody came. Nobody did anything. So, answer to your question, I think you need to see, I don't know your position. I don't want to hurt your feeling. You are an individual living being and you have to make a choice what you want to do in your life. But as far as I'm a well-wisher of yours, I must say that philosophy, that all this path will ultimately take me. You go to the, brahmachari, that different processes, and you will think that I will attain the love of Krishna, which is not true. As we are learning from the Jaiva Dharma, how deeply we have to absorb to attain the love of God is not so cheap. People do produce the gold, I think I highly recommend that you watch God, Demigod and Incarnation by Tamal Krishna Maharaj. It may be available on the YouTube also. You watch that movie and you will see there are so many cheaters is there. And everything will look so nice when they speak so wonderfully, and they will attract. but the destiny you have to say. So that's how I will answer that. I totally disagree with your thing that all the path will take to the same goal. And but choice is yours. You can try it out whatever way you want to, because everybody is free to act. Nobody can force nobody. But as a well-wisher, I can tell that this is the Yuga Dharma. You know, the Dharma means something that you cannot separate from yourself. The Dharma for the water is liquidity. The Dharma for the fish is to stay in the water. Dharma for the human being is to remain as a servant of God. Jivere Swarupa Hoy Krishna Re Nitya Das. That's our positions. And we should dedicate our life for that purpose, to please Him completely. And then you see that you became totally happy. The result, you can see it in your present life. You don't have to wait. Somebody will give you, oh, you do this and you will go to the Goloka Vrindavan. You don't have to wait until you go to Goloka Vrindavan. Before you go to Goloka Vrindavan, you can live the life you are living in Goloka Vrindavan, even though you are living in the material world. So I hope that I give you the answer.
Prabhu, my realization is that to go for a place A to B, there are many paths, but only one straight line path. It cannot be many paths, only one which is the shortest, and that's the devotional service, and which we are the servant to the Lord Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah. But simple thing also, people won't accept. There are so many Mayavedi. They will give so many, counter argument and like that. What can we do? They won't change. Let them do whatever they feel. But we have to make sure that we don't get the influence by those people, because we don't want to miss our opportunity, what Krishna has given us. So Arvind Prabhu, that is what I have to say. I hope that give you the answer.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Haribol. Anybody has any other questions, comment, corrections?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes.
Prabhuji, usually when we, I've seen some devotees do this way and some devotees do the other way. So I just want to clarify which way is the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
So some devotees, they keep asking, Vaishnavas, please pray for me, please bless me, Prabhuji, just to get mercy of Vaishnavas. And I've seen some devotees who actually, they don't ask so frequently for little things, but they actually do service in such a way that the Vaishnava is really pleased that they get the mercy of Vaishnava. So what is the correct way of doing it? Is it good to ask for mercy of Vaishnavas frequently, verbally, or do service in such a way that Vaishnavas are pleased and, we get their mercy?
Yeah, this question comes like, we want to see the God. But before we want to see the God, we have to become qualified to see the God. Not that God will reveal to us. He wants to show us, but we have to become qualified. So I think we can use it in both ways. I think that by serving and pleasing the Vaishnava is the best way. But also, at the same time, there is nothing wrong to ask. Like, my Guru Maharaj, I was listening the class yesterday, and I played today in that session that when you offer the obeisances, don't just say Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya like that. You can ask from Krishna. Similarly, we can ask from the Vaishnava also. But that is real mercy is not by just asking the mercy. What is the real mercy? Real mercy is that you listen to that person whom you are seeking the mercy from and follow his instructions. And if you follow the instruction, this is how you will get his mercy. Not by just asking. Asking won't do anything. They may, bless you because of their, elevated positions, if they feel right. But openly to go out and just that, this is what we learn from the Damodar, that mercy is there, but we have to first put our effort. If you don't put effort and just beg for the mercy, oh, okay, please bless me so I can do this, please bless me. You go and keep on just asking the blessings everywhere. Don't do anything on your side. Then what is that? It's not a good practice. Actually, too much we should not beg or something, because if you dedicate, Krishna is sitting in your heart. He knows each thought even passing through your mind and heart. We cannot cheat Krishna. If we are sincerely doing it, Krishna will read our heart and mind, and accordingly he will guide us. It says that if we are sincere in one of the, I think, 15th chapter or something, in one of the purport, Prabhupada says that even somebody has given up their spiritual master, but if he remains sincere, means follow those rules and regulations nicely, Krishna will become merciful to those devotees. So effort is more than the blessings. And blessings is also same, like I said. What is the blessing? Blessings means they will say, do this, and you follow. It's not that, okay, tathastu, and then you automatically gain. It's not possible. Guru can guide you, but they cannot. If that was the case, just take for an example, if that was the case, just by the mercy, we can get delivered. Then all the gurus, they accept the disciple. They want to be merciful to the disciple, right? And they are blessings. They're okay, go ahead and improve and go back home, back to Godhead. But that blessings doesn't work like that. We have to put our effort to get that blessing become effective. So this is how I will say. Just begging that Prabhu, give me your mercy, give me your mercy. Put your effort also and then beg mercy. That's okay. But not just begging the mercy will lead us. I hope that answered your question, Mate.
Yes, Prabhuji. Very beautifully explained. Thank you so much for it. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. We should serve the Vaishnava in such a way that they automatically will bless us. That's the best thing to do, safest way to do, to get the blessings. Through pleasing them. That's what the Krishna wants us, All the scripture says that we do everything, gopis in their life, what there is that motive in the gopis' life. They just decorate themselves, not that they looks beautiful, but they wants to give pleasure to Krishna. So everything we do is giving the pleasure to Krishna, all the Vaishnavas. Then once they pleases, they will give us the blessings without asking even. Yeah. I think we have reached only 1 minute left. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word. That verse was Prayana Alpa Ayu Sabya Kalo Asmin Yugojana Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagyahi Ubdataha. That was the verse that didn't came in my mind. But Krishna reveals whenever he wishes. So we don't get puffed up, This is very nice. So with those thoughts, whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis who take so much austerity to join in the morning to support all of us. So my humble obeisances at the desk of those devotees who joined for Cartondale from Houston, India, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Austin, Alachua, Tempe, Phoenix, College Station, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baton Rouge, Baltimore, Portland, Dhaka, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, and New Delhi. Vanchakalpatarubhasya